It's time for a talk. If you're 45 or older, you need to get yourself screened for colon cancer. This disease can be very treatable when caught early, so the sooner you know what's up with your health, the better. The good news is that there's options for getting screened that are easier than you think. Get informed. Hey, we're all busy and we think, when would we fit it in? Well, make the time. It just might mean more time with your family down the road. If you're a man or a woman, 45 or older, I'm talking to you. I've lost good friends, young friends, to colon cancer. Don't make the mistake of waiting until you have symptoms or think that you have no risk because it doesn't run in your family. Everybody needs to be screened. So, take control. Get screened for colon cancer, 45 or older. Learn how. standuptocancer.org/colon cancer.
Even though there is so much against us,
You will see me choose to protect myself and my community from the coronavirus by wearing a face covering.
Because it's going to take all of us thinking about one another.
And even with my face covered, you will see me.
You will see me as a mother, a wife, a friend.
As an athlete who gave everything to the game I love.
As a father, leading by example.
As a sister.
An entertainer.
As a champion for my people.
You will see me finding a light in a dark time.
To unlock our creativity and push our craft.
You will see me demanding the space to tell the stories that matter.
As a man who knows that tough times don't last, but tough people do.
join us in wearing a face covering to help stop the spread of the coronavirus.
Because covering your face is one small act of kindness that has the power to bring us together.
What's more dangerous? A man who isn't afraid of death or one who's found everything to live for? I asked him if he was proud of me. He emphatically said yes, as he laid his pecan-colored head on my chest, and I went through my mind 1,000 times to figure out what that could possibly mean, and every single example ended in motivation for me. So you may not be afraid to die, but I'm more afraid to let them down. And I found something to live for, which is a dangerous motive forever fueled. See, your thoughts may be involuntary, but my actions are very calculated. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. My sons ain't raised by no coward, and they won't be one either. If this be the measure of a man, the yardstick gonna need way more meters. I take it too far, so they never come up short, because I found everything to live for.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Whether it's advice on managing your anxiety or tools to help you stay grounded, Coping-19 provides a range of resources and self-care tips to help you cope with this pandemic. We can help. Find the resources that work best for you at coping-19.org.
Every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great.
You do your best,
and I do mine.
So let's get ready, 'cause it's about that time. Good morning, you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to wake up.
Your dance and play. So start today.
Open your eyes.
Reach for the sky.
Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? You see me on my grind.
Stars got to shine.
I'm a supernova.
Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah,
I'm on the move. I got a way to shine to. So let me hear you say, every day we gon' learn and play.
Morning. Today is Monday, 6. We met one of my girlfriends. Hold on, I need to fix that. My audio. Okay. Let me see if I could restart. So, yeah, so today is my girlfriend's birthday. Happy birthday, Melanie. And we're going down to Miami to celebrate. I'm actually going down early. I'm leaving today, y'all, because you know, I need some time to myself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving today and I'm going to have fun by myself. The girls don't get in until Thursday, so I'll see them then. But until then, so y'all see a different background tomorrow. I'm just letting y'all know. Anyway, hey y'all. Hey, I'm checking in with Facebook. Hey, Jeffrey Phillip Hicks. Happy Monday. Derek Dwayne Hawthorne. Good morning, Jeffrey. Oh, I said Jeffrey. Nicholas Craig. Hey, happy Monday. Good morning. The Good Shrop is the Good Shrop is in the virtual building. What's up, Robert? Jean, hey girl, hey, you know I'm coming to see you. Jean, don't play. I'm coming to see you, so don't be acting all unavailable. Jean Bracy is online. Good morning, Jean. Hey, Summer Williams. Good morning. Connie, what's good, girl? Good morning, y'all. So yeah, that was just my little weekend thing. Did y'all catch the wind up last night? We had Aunt Louie on from Snowfall. And she is such a doll, y'all. She was so graceful. She was just so nice and kind. I love when especially celebrities are nice and kind. She was definitely nice and kind. And she spilled just a little bit of tea, just enough to let us know that there was going to be a season 5. And we're hoping that Aunt Louie comes back healed and not she got shot, so hopefully she not, she's Jane, I am coming to see you. Don't do that. Hopefully she is not hurt. So we'll see when we come back next season 5. So she said they're about to start filming, and it should come back sometime late summer. So y'all watch? Do y'all watch Snowfall? Snowfall is the stuff. Actually, I'm a late Snowfall fan. I'm late to the game, but it's still good. So they had Snowfall like on the same level. Well, they were ranking like The Wire, Snowfall, and Power, and they were kind of like ranking them all. Where would y'all say that they fall? I don't know. I'm just now getting into it, so I don't know. I don't know if anything can beat Power, because Power was just that good. Now, The Wire was good, but I needed an interpreter for The Wire, so I couldn't get into it. And then when they killed, what's his name, y'all? Idris Elba's character, whatever his character's name was, when they killed him, I stopped watching. I do have my mask. What was his name? Producer TJ. On the show, on The Wire. See, that's why I needed an interpreter, y'all. Idris Elba's character on The Wire. What was his name? I just had it in my head. It was oh, Jen, you gonna start watching Snowfall? Yeah, it's good. It's good. Whatever his name was. Anyway, when they killed off his character, I stopped watching. So I don't know what happened after that. I'm just letting y'all know. So anyway, when I rank it, I rank Power and then Snowfall and then The Wire. I said what I said. Stringer Bell. Yes, Lord. Yes. That's when I fell in love. I was in love. I'm just letting y'all know. Yeah, The Good Stripe. Snowfall is the business. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So anyway. Did y'all watch the Oscars? Did y'all watch the Oscars last night? I'm asking because let me bring out my stuff, y'all. There were some snubs, right? Who would have thought that they would have did Chadwick Boseman like that? But Chadwick and some other people were snubbed. Viola Davis was snubbed, as well as Andra Day. Is it Andra or Andra? Where my police at? Where my grammar police at, y'all? But Anthony Hopkins, he had something to say about Chadwick Boseman. Did you guys see what he said? So he spoke out after the Oscar viewers say that Chadwick was robbed, which he was. And they said that let me see, y'all. He died. Y'all know that he died in August last year, so it hasn't even been a year. But Anthony Hopkins did not attend the ceremony or give a speech making for an abrupt end to the broadcast. But the 83-year-old, he looked good, y'all. He's 83. The 83-year-old, now the oldest winner in any acting category, acknowledged Boseman in a post-show acceptance video. He shared it to social media accounts early Monday from his home in Wales. At 83 years of age, he says, "I did not expect to get this award. I really didn't," Hopkins said. "I'm very grateful to the Academy. Thank you. But I want to pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman, who was taken from us far too early. And again, thank you all very much. I did not expect this, so I feel very privileged and honored." Okay. His post was met with praise for his performance in The Father. Did y'all see that? Did y'all? Because I didn't. But anyway, his post was met with praise for his performance in The Father, garnering virtual applause from fans and stars, including Alec Baldwin and Kate Beckinsale. But throughout the internet, the win sparked controversy. Every single indication felt like they moved around the category so that Chadwick Boseman would win Best Actor at the very end of the show. And then Anthony Hopkins wins, doesn't give a speech, and then they roll credits. That's what one of the users said. Another tweeter said, "A dying man gives the performance of a lifetime, the last performance of his lifetime, leaves it all up there, and you don't give him the trophy?" Another tweeter said, "He doesn't deserve whatever bait and switch that was. His memory will be honored regardless." And then another one. So everybody is really upset. Another user said, "That ending channel 2017's chaotic Oscars envelope mix-up." Y'all remember that? Chadwick Boseman not winning the Oscar has to be a Moonlight mix-up scenario. And they go on and on and on. Someone from Kansas said, "Respect to Anthony Hopkins, but the Academy whiffed. Chadwick Boseman as Levi Green will be remembered well into the future." Nonetheless, so people were highly upset because he lost. Let me see what y'all saying in the Hey, ain't a girl. Typical Oscar. Kathleen, yes. Good morning, girl. D Shields, good morning. Did you see the Oscars last night, D? They snubbed. Jamie Foxx won. I gotta put up my interview with him. Y'all remember my interview with Jamie Foxx? If y'all didn't see it, it was juicy. Anyway, Jamie Foxx won for Soul, but Viola was snubbed. Andra Day was snubbed, as well as Chadwick Boseman, and just not right. It's not right, y'all. Yeah. So anyway, let's see what else they had to say about it. So, of course, you know, they go on and on and on. 8 Oscar snubs and surprises from Chadwick Boseman to the father. Let's see what else they had to say. Oh, y'all know who else won? Daniel Kaluuya won. Just in case y'all didn't know, he beat out Lakeith Stanfield. So that was cool. They said the trial of the Chicago 7 was snubbed. Did y'all see that? Of course, Chadwick Boseman was snubbed for Best Actor for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Levi Green. He was really good in that. Yeah, Surprise was The Father by Anthony Hopkins. They was wrong for that. I'm trying to find out who else was snubbed. Snubbed Wolf Walkers. Nobody saw. Where they getting these movies from, y'all? Surprise Colette, Best Documentary Short. Did y'all see that? Snub The Collective, Best Documentary Feature and Best International Feature. Didn't see that either. Oh, wait a minute. Her won. Did y'all see that her won? She won for Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah. All right, her. Well on her way to EGOT. They said Diane Warren was snubbed for Low Scene from The Life Ahead. I don't know who that is, y'all. Do y'all know who that is? Nonetheless, there you go. People were snubbed. What y'all talking about in Facebook? And the Best Actress category was a robbery too. Yes, Andra Day was a wish, but Viola Davis was truly robbed. I'm gonna sip on that. Absolutely, Kathleen, she was robbed. D said, I saw Chadwick lost, was definitely disrespectful. Girl. Her won. Yes, Connie, she won. D said, it's the racism in the air. Not surprised to hit the Oscars. All right, D, that part. Kathleen said, the Oscars love to honor movies no black people have seen. Girl, how many movies did I just announce that nobody has seen? I don't know. But the woman who made Viola's wig won. Who was that? Oh, yes. The makeup artist. They won. I did see that. They won, y'all. D Shield says Daniel Kaluuya took home an award, but definitely deserved lead win. They love to give us the assistant. I ain't gonna say assistant, but they love to give us the supporting role. Wrong. Anyway, what I haven't seen in the news is that Jamie Foxx won. I keep seeing that Chadwick was snubbed. Yes, he was snubbed. He was completely robbed. However, let's do remember that Jamie Foxx Jamie Foxx won as well. So he now has a second Oscar. The first one he won for portraying Ray in the 2005 film of the biography of Ray Charles. He played his butt off in that. Georgia, don't get me started, y'all. My coffee kicked in. I don't know. Supporting role. So who was the lead role in Black Messiah? Well, it was Daniel Kaluuya, but he won best. What did he win, y'all? Hold on. Shout out to Tyler Perry. I support all he does to push the culture forward. They gave Tyler Perry an Oscar as well, y'all. They just gave it to him. Here you go, Tyler. We want to be your friend because we see you taking over Hollywood, especially Black Hollywood. So we want to be friends, is what they said with that award, in my opinion. Huge loss for Halle Berry stylist. Pull up that Tyler Perry speech. It was phenomenal. Okay, we're going to see if producer TJ can find it. We got to find out which one did Daniel Kaluuya win for, y'all. It was best. It wasn't the best actor. Was it? It wasn't best supporting actor. Did they say, are they trying to say that Lakeith Stanfield was the lead in Judas and the Black Messiah. Okay, so Tyler Perry received the humanitarian award, but wasn't it an Oscar though? Or what? The Oscars just gave him a humanitarian award. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Let's get into Shark Tank. Did y'all see that? Because I'm done with the Oscars. I am gonna find out which one that Daniel won, but aside from that, I'm done. I did want to get into some of those fashions because let me tell y'all who always gets it right. They say that she understands the assignment. Regina King, y'all. My God, she was gorgeous, but she's always gorgeous. Like she just never misses. Some of those other outfits or selections, and I don't know how much they pay these stylists, but they definitely are a miss. Yep. Me too, D. Yes, girl, Jean. They are sucking up to Tyler. They like, we want to be your friend because we see you taking all the money. So here you go. Here's an award. Nonetheless, y'all. Moving on, let's get into Shark Tank. So they're saying that Damon John was blasted for praising Louis Farrakhan's speech. Have y'all heard about this? So he's being called out. By who? Let's find out. So the Shark Tank investor Damon John is taking heat over a since deleted tweet praising the remarks delivered by the controversial religious leader Louis Farrakhan, which he's not that controversial, y'all, but okay. He was speaking at DMX's funeral on Sunday. Did y'all see the funeral? Like, I don't want to cry because I'm sidebarring. I'm digressing. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get back to Damon John. But Kanye came through, y'all. Did y'all see his choir performing like impeccable sound? Like it was incredible to see and then to feel all of those emotions coming through for the funeral. And then his daughter, she rapped as well, or rapped and sang rap. I'm not exactly sure what they called it, but she performed as well. Kanye also raised, he collaborated with, I believe it was Balenciaga, to do a dedicated limited edition shirt of DMX, and all of the proceeds went to his family, and it was $1 million that was raised thus far. Just wanted to let y'all know that. But yes, anyway, I digressed. DMX's funeral was on Sunday, and it was heartfelt. It really was. And if you wasn't crying, then something is wrong with you. So I'm going back to Shark Tank. So I don't know if Shark Tank is still on. It's still on. But Damon John was criticized for his tweet praising religious leader Louis Farrakhan. So what he said was, what a powerful speech from Minister Louis Farrakhan for the DMX funeral. His deep understanding of the Bible and respect for other people's religions was truly inspiring. R.I.P. DMX, the Brooklyn-born FUBU founder continued. Commenters quickly called out John for his support of Farrakhan, pointing to his checkered past. Wait, what? He made dozens of anti-Semitic statements. One user wrote, another Twitter commenter said, respect for other religions. He's a vicious. Listen, so what? He said what he said. I hate that he deleted it because you need to stand on what you said. So, of course, later Sunday, he deleted the post and sent out a follow-up statement in an attempt to clarify his comments. He said, in regards to my tweet regarding DMX's funeral, my comments on Minister Farrakhan were only related to what I just witnessed tonight, unbeknownst to his prior stances. As someone who was fortunate enough to have a stepdad of the Jewish faith, I do not condone and never would condone any anti-Semitic prejudice or any remarks of hatred. Okay. DMX was who he was. And the reason he has affected the people in the hip-hop genre and human beings across the globe is because he was genuine. That's what Farrakhan said. Listen, you can't. It is what it is, y'all. Stop. Yes, girl. D, listen. D says, if y'all watching, D says white supremacy is leading cancel culture these days. Shaking my head. Leave football. Listen, he said what he said. It's okay. Like, he said what he said. Y'all gonna cancel him because he praised him for speaking at someone's funeral and basically saying that, you know, DMX baby rapping was tears. Girl, I just got chills thinking about that. Yes. Jean said I couldn't watch. I couldn't watch a lot of it. I did watch the Sunday service with Kanye's choir, and they came through. Grace said, stop. I like your way of saying stop, Grace. D said, I'm not apologizing to these modern day social media cross-throwing in timeline yard hoes. H-E-A-U-X. H-E-A-U-X. She said, I said what I said. Listen. Yeah. Okay. I think producer TJ want me to go back. Y'all leave him alone. He said what he said. It's okay. It's definitely okay. I understand that he had to go back and clear that up because because a lot of his followers was like, we not supporting you on this, dude. So I get it. Here we go. Daniel Kaluuya wins the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Right. Well, who the hell was the lead actor then? I'm going back to Daniel Kaluuya, and then we're done with the Oscars. But Daniel Kaluuya won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his nuanced portrayal of Fred Hampton and Judas in The Black Messiah, beating out his co-star Lakeith Stanfield, who was also nominated in the category. Kaluuya said in his acceptance speech to Chairman Fred Hampton, what a man, how blessed we are that we lived in a lifetime where he existed. There's so much work to do, Kaluuya added. Speaking about Hampton's legacy, that's on everyone in this room. Kaluuya's win was far from a surprise. Critics have widely praised his performance of Hampton, an ascendant leader in the Black Panther Party who was killed by police in 1969. He also won the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor. Who in the heck was the lead actor, y'all? Somebody? No, it wasn't. No. Producer TJ said that the white FBI agent was the lead. Don't do that. I don't believe that. That's not true at all. Anyway, y'all. Let me go back to Facebook. I don't know what happened. I'm not about to play with producer TJ. He want me to say something that's going to get me canceled. He keep putting stuff in the chat, y'all. I ain't saying what he talking about. I'm trying to get back to Facebook. It kicked me out. Let me see, y'all. Okay, here we go. Okay. Moving on, 8:30 on the Rolling Out AM wake up call. Moving on. Let's go to the DC cops wreck police vehicles while drag racing on duty. Because it's Monday and we gotta talk about violence. I'm just saying, but we gotta talk about police violence. I'm just saying that. So DC cops wrecked their police vehicles while drag racing on duty, y'all. Check this out. So 2 Washington, D.C. police officers crashed and totaled their police vehicles while drag racing last week. The cops from the Metropolitan Police Department raced each other on Thursday evening at about 5 p.m. in Anacostia Avenue near Kenilworth Park. They hit speeds of 60 miles per hour. One of the commanders ripped the officers' actions in an email sent to the department that sent to the department management following the crash. He says yesterday 2 6D Scout cars were totaled because officers decided instead of fighting crime, no comment, Instead of fighting crime, patrolling their beats, or engaging the community, they decided to drag race each other on Anacostia Avenue at 5 p.m. in the evening. What does this say to all the members of MPD who are passionate about their job and work hard every day to make a difference? This is not fair to any of us. So, y'all, while they sitting up there, playing in the streets, it's real stuff going on. I'm going back to Facebook. I was reading Jane's comment. So they sitting up there playing. Do they get arrested for it? Because other people get arrested for drag racing. What's their punishment, Producer TJ? They have not been fired.
They have no punishment. I'm sure they were probably of the other persuasion. So
say what you said in the chat. Producer TJ be trying to come in light. He be trying to get me
that they probably were white officers, so which means they won't get punished and they are still working. If it was a black officer, they would have been fired, and their picture would have been on TV.
Absolutely. Drag racing and killing people. Robert, that part. Way to go, DVD said. Listen, y'all, just sad. Just do your job. Stop killing people and stop drag racing and coming to cars. All right, will they be fined? Do they have to pay for the damn car? Cars,
no,
plural.
Because they are probably white.
That's so sad, y'all. That's just so sad. In other news that is potentially sad, y'all, moving on. Have y'all been vaccinated yet? I'm just curious. I want to know. So y'all know I got my second dose. It was on April 12th. So I'm ready to go. Like, this is my 2 weeks. They said, wait 2 weeks before you go anywhere. And the effective rate is probably upwards. I don't know. I probably need to fact check this, but it's up there, right? So I'm not even going to give a percentage. But if you wait 2 weeks after the second shot, like, you should be okay. I do have my mask. I do have my face shield, so I will be good. However, y'all see that the J&J vaccine, the trust in it is low. Anybody getting the J&J vaccine? I got Moderna. I did have COVID arm. I don't know if I showed y'all, but I did have COVID arm. Nonetheless, people's trust in the J&J vaccine, Johnson & Johnson vaccine, is low. Yet the overall intent to get inoculated rises. So fewer than half of Americans see the Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine as safe. And barely more than a fifth of those not vaccinated yet would be willing to take it. Wait a minute, hold on. Let's read that again. Fewer than half of Americans see the Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine as safe, and barely more than a fifth of those not yet vaccinated will be willing to take it. Okay, that makes sense. Yet overall intentions to get vaccinated have risen since January in the latest poll. So results on the J&J vaccine and interviews before it was returned to use this weekend, because y'all do know that they said it was safe to use this weekend. It suggests challenges in gaining acceptance. Just 46% think it's very or somewhat safe, compared to more than 7 in 10 for the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. And 73% of those not yet vaccinated say they are unwilling to accept a J&J shot. Listen, y'all. Jen, you got Pfizer. I heard Pfizer really don't have any side effects. From the people that I've talked to, they basically said there were no side effects to Pfizer. And they haven't experienced any. Wait a minute. What'd you say, Robert? Oh, you got your you get your second one on May 8th. Fingers crossed. Which one did you get, Robert? First week in May, Moderna site. Okay. Which one did you get, Robert? So, nonetheless, general reluctance remains substantial unpersuaded by more than 570,000 pandemic deaths in the United States. Nearly 1 in 4 Americans, 24%, are disinclined to get any of the coronavirus vaccines, down from 32% 3 months ago. 16% rule it out entirely. If y'all not getting the vaccine, what's your reason for not getting the vaccine? I'm just curious. Aina, while you over there pleading the fifth. What is your reason for not getting the vaccine? Yeah, Jean, I'm just curious. I'm producer TJ. What's your reason for not getting? Putting producer TJ on blast, y'all. Anyway, I feel good. Let's see what else is going on in the news. So why y'all not getting? It's still too soon. Yeah, why y'all not getting vaccinated? We need to do herd immunity, y'all. I'm just saying. So I'm trying to figure out. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't talk about the conference, did I, producer TJ? So y'all know on this past weekend we had our conference, our monthly conference, which we have, but last month, we're still in April. So this month it was the creative culture class. And we had people talking about Bitcoins and crypto coins and Coinbase, cryptocurrencies. We also had people talking about, Amir was back. I hope y'all saw Amir. Our very own Amir, alumni of Rolling Out, he was there. He spoke on 2 panel sessions, one about influencing Black journalism, and then another one about independent publishing in a pandemic. So that was a great panel session. And then who else did we have? We had Rob Kenner. He was on talking about his book with The Marathon Don't Stop, biography of Nipsey Hussle. He was on. He had an engaging conversation with Munson C. Munson was also at the conference. We just had some great panel sessions, y'all. And then it culminated with Sisters with Superpowers, Empowerment Tour, Seagram's Escapes. It was Cocktails and Conversations. And we had Nicole Kane, who had a very, she was kind of tearful in her testimony, and she made me tear up. And initially, I was thinking, is she crying? and then she came out, and she was talking about her baby, her entrepreneurial baby, which was Nicole Bitchie. And then when she came to Nicole XO, she did a partnership with Will Packard, and she was just saying that it was just difficult to be acquired, so to speak. And so she was giving her testimony, which was good. We also had Beatrice Dixon. She is the CEO of Honeypot. Honeypot vaginal wellness products, y'all. Y'all remember her. They tried to cancel her last year, and Black women came to the rescue again, because that's what we do. I'm looking at D. What happened? Okay. She said, I caught a few stages and literally took an emergency call that had me Girl, that's so wrong. It was good. It was good. Beatrice had some gems. I love how unapologetic Beatrice is. She is who she is. She doesn't make any apologies for it. And she's been through, she's been tried and true. So she has some stories for us. She was telling us from a CEO perspective how, what some of her challenges were. Like, during the pandemic, not having enough product to meet the demand, and, having glitches on websites. I'm not exactly sure which website it was, but they still allowed people to purchase items when they had already ran out. And she was just saying, those are the type of challenges that we have to overcome and get through. And it's not easy. And, you know, they all said, you know, being an entrepreneur, being a CEO, even though a lot of them have raised millions of dollars, they were just saying it's not an easy feat. Like, it's not for the faint of heart. So if y'all want to be an entrepreneur, go ahead and get out there and do it. But just know that it takes all of your time. They were also talking about being a boss doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have bosses, right? Other bosses, anyone above you, because your customers are your boss, your stakeholders are your boss. So it's a lot of other people that you have to be held accountable to, and that was kind of like the trade-off that they were talking about. Yeah, even though they are their own boss, they also are accountable to other people. And they were saying it was just, you know, it was difficult to do it. And Don Dixon was the other CEO that was on. Don has raised over $2 million for both of her companies. She's on the executive board for Flat Out Heels. So Flat Out Heels are rollable ballet flats that you just carry in your purse, and whenever your feet hurt or whenever you tired of wearing your heels or whatever it is, you can roll those out and put those on. And so she was saying, even though she founded that company, she's not the CEO of that company. She had to hire another CEO of the company, but she's still highly involved. But she is the CEO, the current CEO of Popcom, which is a technology-based company that allows you to gather analytics from stand-up kiosk, right? So like vending machine kiosk and whatnot. I see it. So nonetheless, it was a great conversation, y'all. I don't know if we're going to make that conversation available to the masses just yet, but it was highly attended. People had some great questions, moderated by Africa Miranda again. And it was just wonderful. So we have another installment coming up in, what month are we in? This is April and May. We got one coming up in May, and then we have one coming up in June as well. And then that's the end of the empowerment tour. The one in May is going to have B. Simone. Y'all know B. Simone. B. Simone. And wait a minute. I'm sorry. B. Simone is June because we're doing comedy in June. So I'll get y'all the names for the one in May, end of May. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. What y'all talking? I'm in the comments. What is Taru talking about? Wait a minute, Taru. Oh, okay. I see. So Jean said, Taru, why you not on with Portia? And Taru says, because I continue to cheat on him with other men as my co-host. Don't do that. You know I would never cheat on you, Taru. You know I would never cheat on you. Don't do that. Taru will be back tomorrow, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. He'll be back tomorrow. Yes, he is number one, Jean. Yes, he is number one. I just want to let y'all know that. Nonetheless. So where else we going, y'all? It's Monday, and I wanted to talk about some other stuff that's on the site. So let me tell y'all who is really killing the game right now, aside from his social media antics that he does on a regular basis. 50 Cent. Is it 50? 50 Cent. Curtis is his name, y'all. They're coming together to do a film on Centoya Brown. Y'all remember Centoya Brown? I know y'all remember Centoya Brown. She was, give me a second so I can find it, y'all. Centoya Brown was, I don't know why the site's so slow. Centoya Brown was the lady, she's a lady now, but she was the teen who killed her call guy, so to speak. I'm not exactly sure what you reference him as, but let me pull up the story so I could tell y'all. But nonetheless, 50 Cent is doing a story about her life. She just recently got out of jail when hold on, y'all. I don't understand how come I can't find nothing on this site. Her name is Cyntoia, Cyntoia, Cyntoia Brown. But 50 Cent is, let me see. They didn't find it. Cyntoia, Cyntoia. But he's doing something on her life, which is amazing because he is out here doing everything, y'all. Y'all know they were just in Detroit for, they were filming for BMF, which is coming to life. Shout out to one of my homeboys, Randy Huggins from Grambling. I attended Grambling with Randy. And Randy is out in Hollywood doing big things. But they were just in Detroit filming for BMF. Now they're back in Atlanta filming for BMF. And 50 Cent is just all over the place. So nonetheless, him and Lala Anthony, and this story is on the site. So go to rollingout.com to get all of your latest in news, celebrity stuff going on. And all of your information. So nonetheless, him and Lala are getting together and they're developing a Cyntoia Brown biopic series. So the project, based on her book, Free Cyntoia, My Search for Redemption in the American Prison System, will be executive produced by 50 Cent and Lala, and is currently in development. The series will air on Stars. I'm here for it. Y'all checking for that? I think they did this little girl wrong because she was 16 when I believe she got charged. So let me see. Okay, 15. Okay. So she was a victim of sex trafficking and she was forced into prostitution. She served 15 years of a life sentence for killing a man when she was 16. So in 2006, she was convicted of aggravated robbery and first-degree murder for killing 43-year-old real estate agent Johnny Allen. Johnny Allen, what type of name did that sound like? I'm just asking. So whom she went home with after he picked her up for sex at a Sonic drive-in. She told police that the shooting was in self-defense and that she pulled a pistol out of her purse and fatally shot Allen because she thought he was reaching for a gun. Despite being a minor, the sentence required her to serve at least 51 years before being eligible for parole consideration, which would keep her ineligible for parole until she was 67. So a lot of celebrities came to her aid, such as Rihanna, Drake, Kim Kardashian, and Lala, and they rallied for her freedom. She was granted clemency by Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam in 2019. Y'all remember this story? They definitely did her wrong. Yes. So according to The Hollywood Reporter, Brown Long and her husband, Jamie Long, will consult on the upcoming project, which will be written by Santa Sierra, who has previously scripted shows for 50 Cent's Power franchise. I'm here for it. Definitely here for it. They did her wrong. So wrong. She was only 16. Just imagine, y'all. So anyway, so she says, wow, I'm so honored to have the privilege to share Cyntoia's story, powerful story, to work side by side with my family, 50 Cent and Santa Sierra on this. Thank you, Cyntoia Brown Official, for trusting us to tell your story. We are so excited for everyone to see this. Cyntoia made an imprint on all of our hearts in the past few years, and it was imperative for me to make sure her own past was shared through her lens. This is what Lala Anthony posted on her Instagram. Brown Long is now an advocate for criminal justice reform and victims of sex trafficking. Her ordeal also brought about change in Tennessee's laws, and now children under the age of 18 cannot be tried for prostitution. Listen, that should have been number one. There she is, y'all. So that was the guy that's Johnny Allen. So that's your answer. But listen, that should have been number one. Like, he was soliciting sex from a minor. So that just went out the window when she got convicted. Lost half of her life in jail, in prison. Yeah. And I'm definitely excited because they're going to tell the truth. Yes. He was a perv and she was a child, Robert. That part. Sad. She was a baby. Definitely deserves her own film. Yes, of course. Y'all trying to get me canceled out here, ain't it? Yes, of course. He's white. Throw the book at her. Yes, he's white, of course. Throw the book at her. Listen. That's what it is. So, kudos to 50 Cent, Lala, and Centoya Brown for making sure that her story is told. While that may increase child trafficking, under 16 can't be convicted for prostitution. Was the end result? Well, I mean, we're not gonna look at it. We're gonna hope for the best because it could, but we don't want it to. So we're not gonna speak that. Nonetheless, looking for that to come out, as well as the BMF series. I can't wait for that to come out. I need to check in with Randy. He's back in Atlanta now. When he was in Detroit, I didn't get a chance to see him, but they were filming. A lot of people were tweeting. 50 Cent was out here. Cash Doll was out here. So a lot of people were out here filming it. I can't wait for this because this has so much buzz. This has so much I don't know if you want to hold it up there with Power, because it might be. And Randy also wrote on the Power series for quite a while. And then he went on to Rebel, and then he went on to some other series that he wrote for. But y'all, I'm trusting that it's gonna be that deal. I can't wait. We got guests coming on at 9 o'clock. We waiting on First King James, y'all. First King James should be on in a second. But don't worry, Teru, because you still my number one. As soon as First King James get here, we have a guest that is coming on at 9 a.m. I'm going back to Facebook. Robert says the judge and the prosecutor who convicted her like that were pervs too. Whew. Team of writers on board. I think it will be a great film. Yes. Yeah. That's wrong. Looking forward to that coming out. 50 Cent is on fire, y'all. I can't wait to see it. He got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. I think him and Lena Waithe are out there leading the pack. And so there are definitely some people that we can aspire to. Speaking of leading the pack, Ava DuVernay is developing an animated series for Netflix. Go to rollingout.com for this story as well in entertainment. So she is bringing another fascinating story to the big screen and developing a series based on Toy T. Sutherland's Wings of Fire young adult fantasy novels. Okay, Ava. I do like this little blue and red contrast that's going on. Maybe producer TJ can go to the site. Y'all, Jean be having me so sidetracked. I'm sorry. She is so funny. She talking about he's up to $1.50 by now. He not 50 cents no more. Girl, stop. I'm sorry, y'all. That's funny to me. I know it's corny, but it's funny. Nonetheless, I'm going back to Ava. So Ava is bringing another fascinating story to the big screen. According to the synopsis of the animated series, the series is centered around a bitter war that has raged for generations between the dragon tribes who inhabit the epic world of Pyrea. According to the prophecy, 5 young dragons will rise to the bloodshed and bring peace back to the land. Raised and trained in secret from the time they were hatched, the dragons of destiny, Clay, Tsunami, do that again. Clay, Tsunami, Glory, Starlight, and Sunny will embark on an evolving quest that will bring them face to face with their true selves and the overwhelming scope of the savage war they are destined to bring to an end. So this sounds like it's gonna be good, y'all. Netflix ordered 10 episodes of the series, which will be 40 minutes each. Sutherland, who is the author, has written 20 novels set in the world of Pyrea since 2012, so DuVernay has plenty of material to pull from. Earlier this month, Warner Brothers announced that it dropped Ava DuVernay's New Gods. The director was expected to make her trek in the DC universe, but now it looks like she'll be taking her imagination and talents elsewhere. Congratulations, y'all. Wait a minute. D says they are seriously out there canceling showing the NBA games at bars until LeBron is not allowed to play. Consumers tell your bars to stop bias politics. We don't have to talk about that when King James comes on. Is King James here yet? Do he? Let me test. Because King James got sports, so we're gonna see what they're talking about. But right now we have a guest. Are we bringing her on? Hollywood stunt lady, y'all. LaFay Baker. We're gonna bring her on. So is she coming on right now, producer TJ? What are we doing? She's not on camera yet. Okay. So I'm just gonna cue her up. We're waiting on both her and King James to come on. But LaFay Baker, she is a stunt woman, y'all. Hollywood stunt woman. And she grew up in South Central Los Angeles. And early on, her mom introduced her to hula hoops. To this day, y'all, I don't know how to hula hoop. I be trying. I guess I don't try enough. So nonetheless, early on, her mom introduced her to hula hoops, and give me a second, because First King James is coming on right now, and LaFay is coming on as well. And she excelled in the world record in 75, as well as setting the Guinness World Record by twirling 58 hula hoops at one time. I need lessons. I need lessons,
yes,
LaFay.
Yes, you do.
Somebody is
help.
Speaking, but we can't see him. That's why we can't see him. But we're going to vibrate high today. Good morning, First King James.
Good morning to you. Blessings to you and your family. You know what I'm saying? I hope all is well with them. You know what I'm saying? Spreading good vibes, positive vibes your way. Hope all is well. Welcome, TJ. Thank you for getting me on right quick. How's things been going? How was your weekend?
Weekend was great. Did you join us on the wind up last night?
No, I was not. No, I was not able to because of the fact that experienced some technical difficulty.
Oh.
Huh?
I thought you.
No, I experienced some.
Go ahead.
Will you stop interrupting me, please? Thank you. I experienced some technical difficulties trying to get some work done in advance of the day, and that didn't work out. So hopefully that'll get squared away because it's becoming a chronic situation. But anywho, did you watch the Oscars last night?
No. No,
Okay.
I didn't watch. I fell asleep on them. I was asleep. Like as soon as I finished talking to you, I went right to sleep, like out. But D had a comment that I want you to talk about, and I know you got it in your report for sports. They talking about canceling the NBA games at several bars until LeBron is not allowed to play. What the heck? What's going on with that?
Well, yeah. So that's good. Thank you. That's a good segue and a handoff, a nice little assist, if you will, an alley-oop in sports parlance. For the beginning of my report, hello, rolling out AM wake-up call. I am the first King James who took his talents from Akron, Ohio to Atlanta. And yes, I have something to say about this because LeBron is a Buckeye, I'm a Buckeye, and this sports bar is in the Buckeye State. So,
Wait,
what happened?
hold on. We're going to have to talk about it when LaFay goes off because I thought you was going to segue into LaFay. LaFay
Well,
is on.
Oh, she's on already?
Yeah, she's on.
Oh, okay, because I had 9:15, but I am very, very pleased at her.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I am very pleased that she's ahead of the schedule. I'm glad.
Okay, wait a minute. So producer TJ said for some reason, so read the chat.
Oh, okay. Actually, I didn't
Maybe
have the
she
chat
coming
on.
back
So.
at 9. My bad.
No,
Go ahead.
did she leave?
You gotta read the chat.
Oh, she keep turning off. Okay, hopefully we can get that
I
squared
said
away.
read the chat, read the chat in your head, not to everybody else.
Oh, okay. And so as TJ tells me, I need to talk in my mind from now on. Okay. All right, got you. Any other instructions, TJ, before I begin my report? Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, so this is repugnant. Okay. There's an Ohio sports bar who basically wants LeBron James to just shut up. And so there are a lot of people out there who do agree with Laura Ingraham from Fox News who penned the famous, infamous phrase, shut up and dribble. And so he won't stop talking. So LeBron James made some, he made some pronouncements after a police officer, of course, in Columbus, Ohio, last week shot and killed a teenager Michaela Bryant. Is that it? Micaiah Bryant. Okay, so this was done just before the announcement of the Derek Chauvin conviction verdicts. And so a lot of people were traumatized, exponentially because of the timing of it. So what happened is that LeBron James was just put a picture of the police officer who shot the young teenager and said, "You're next. Accountability." Well, you know that the people who promulgate misinformation and disinformation ran away with that. They basically said that LeBron James threatened the life of a police officer. And a lot of conservatives, including Portia's ex-boyfriend, O.J. Simpson, chimed in as well and blasted LeBron James. And so what happened was that there was an Ohio bar who said, you know what, I'm tired of him talking. I'm sick of him speaking. So what we need to do to have happen is that I refuse to show any games that has LeBron James on it, including the Cleveland Cavaliers. If LeBron James, they don't play the Cavaliers anymore, but if they did, he probably would not show the game because LeBron James playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. So he's basically barring him until the NBA expels him. Now, to LeBron James's credit, he did delete the tweet. Number one, because of the fact that he might have spoken prematurely, but number two, also because of the fact that his words are being used to sow more hate, quote unquote, racism in America by the right wing and, basically the dastardly, nefarious, far right wing white supremacists who basically want black people to stay in their place and to shut up and dribble and entertain. And so, yes, TJ, I got a haircut. Oops, I forgot. I'm supposed to speak to myself. I'm supposed to speak in my head.
I'm trying to keep my face because I'm reading the chat and producer TJ over here jonesing on jonesing on King James talking about he got a haircut. Your haircut looks very nice. First, King
okay,
James.
well, but he wasn't jonesing on me. But he was trying. Well, you know what? He was trying to clown me. He was clowning. He was clowning. Okay, but anywho, and so this is a very serious matter because. I know we have a few minutes before we bring LaFay on. This
Yeah.
segues into my next point, and I want you to comment on this, Portia. The IOC of the Olympics is now going to punish anybody who has the audacity to kneel or to raise their fist in protest at the Olympics. And so I just got wind of that. I don't know how I missed it. The story is about three days old, but I definitely wanted to address it instead of Kevin Durant return to the NBA. That's not really big news. He scored 33 points. He's a superstar. He's a megastar, one of the greatest of all time. So the fact that he came back and torched the Phoenix Suns 128-119 with 33 points is not really news. What I really wanted to talk about is the IOC, because it's becoming unequivocally clear.
What's the IOC? What is the IOC?
The international something, but the international committee. It's the international committee that basically puts on the Olympics
International
every 4 years.
Olympics Committee. Okay.
Yeah, and so so they decided, and they have basically declared that anyone who bodaciously kneels or raise their fist in protest will be punished at the Olympics. So basically, Portia, is getting to the point where they don't want us to march in the streets. Florida has just passed laws criminalizing demonstrations and protests and marches. Many other city or states are going to follow suit, because Florida is one of those marquee states that basically, when they pass something, every other state seems to follow. So they don't want us protesting in the streets. They don't want LeBron James. They want LeBron James to just shut up and dribble. They don't want us to protest at the Olympics. They don't want us as the athletes to use their vast platform to talk about politics. So where is it in the world can we ever have the opportunity to air our grievances about chronic, nonstop police brutality and racial inequality? So I just wanted you to comment on that about the IOC's decision.
It's just, so I'm going back to Facebook. Listen, it's terrible that they want to censor us like that and basically just tell us to shut up, right? Shut up to now. We're going to give you what we think we need to give you in terms of money, dollars. But other than that, you don't have a voice. I don't understand. Maybe if we took our talents to our own platforms, right, and created our own leagues, such as what Ice Cube was trying to do with his, what is it? Is it the Big Three? 3-on-3?
Yeah,
the Big Three.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then, do our own Black-owned platforms, Black-owned stages, Black-owned leagues, Black-owned. Then we can say whatever we want to say, because at the end of the day, we are truly the ones that shape culture, King James. So while they're sitting up there telling us what we can't say and trying to censor us on protesting and being peaceful about our protests, they're not over there making up laws for the insurrection that happened on January 6th. Why?
No.
Why?
No, they're not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you pick something so peaceful to make unlawful and basically just try to shut us down and make us do what it is that they want us to do: perform, entertain, play, basketball, football, whatever, play, anything, baseball, and y'all just get this money that we giving y'all, because it really is crumbs at the end of the day, because the owners and the executives make all the money. I wouldn't do it. I would protest.
Yeah. And so, I was probably going to expand upon this on my appearance on Thursday. When I make my star appearance on Thursday, is that it is really, we need to really, really pay attention because like LeBron James said, and he is very, very politically active, that just because we got this little victory, this little small victory, and in the large scheme of things, it really is a small victory with the Derek Chauvin conviction, that the Republicans have, or the Republicans and the far right and the white supremacists have all coalesced their efforts into eradicating or obliterating the gains that we fought so hard for decades to get, such as reforming, passing these draconian, voting laws in Georgia that greatly restricts your ability to cast your vote and the times that you can do it in. And then the state of Florida with the popular Republican governor, Ron DeSantis, who passed laws that criminalizes marching in the streets, to which you can be charged with a felony for up to, and the penalty is up to 10 to 15 years. And you could even be charged with a misdemeanor with a misdemeanor. I mean, you could be charged with a misdemeanor even if it's a peaceful protest, because there's no way to avoid violence because we have so many agent provocateurs who basically infiltrate our peaceful demonstrations and set off fires and deface buildings, stuff like that. But yes, we must pause on that talk right now. We'll get to that on Thursday when I come back with my expert opinion. Right now, I just want to bring on somebody who's else.
P. James, I just wanted to acknowledge the comments before we bring her on, because I know we're not going to come back to it. D. Shield says 402 years, yet scripture said that their time was up in 401. When does it stop? Don't know. Robert the Good Shrop says,
that's
in
shady.
other words,
I thought we were vibrating higher. See, that's what I'm saying.
we
That's what
are
I'm talking about
vibrating
right
high. That's just my name for him. Nonetheless, Robert the Good Shrop says, in other words, shut up and take this ass woman. I like it. Kathleen said, in one word, sponsorship. Jean Bracey said, we're not just athletes, we're citizens, humans. What the hell? And Jean says, when you have a platform, you use it. Those media types do it all the time. Why don't they shut up and report the news? And on that note, we're going to bring on our lovely guest, and we're going to talk to her about what she does.
Yes. Yes, we're bringing on LaFaye Baker, who's like a pioneer. She is a pioneer. And she's basically thriving in an industry that's not well represented by African-American men or women. And so welcome to our show. Welcome to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call, LaFaye Baker. What it is.
Hey, girl, hey.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We want to hear your lovely voice to go along with your lovely visage.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
Hey.
What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Superstar. And so we wanted to talk to Yeah. Yes, you is. In my book, you is. Anyway, you are. Okay, let's talk proper. But anyway, I wanted to bring on LaFaye Baker because of the fact that she is a star. She's a pioneer, and she's currently a Hollywood stunt woman and coordinator and producer in Hollywood, in an industry that is obviously not very, very well represented by African Americans, particularly Black women. And so we wanted to talk to one of them because Black women have been making history these last couple of months. Y'all have just been doing it. Y'all won Georgia for us. Y'all turned Georgia blue. Black women showrunners are all over TV, not just Shonda Rhimes anymore. I mean, y'all just taking over. And now in another sector of the movie industry, we have LaFaye Baker, who is doing it as a stunt coordinator and producer. So talk to us. First of all, how did you find it? I mean, your story is fascinating. So go ahead and regale the audience on how did you become a stunt woman in the first place?
Oh, well, actually, let me say this. I'm trying to change the imbalance of gender behind the scene and kind of like introduce some of our kids to careers behind the scenes. So that's what my whole mission is, to change the imbalance of gender. So I had to say that first because you mentioned it. And how I got into business, I actually stumbled into business. My background is in gymnastics in high school and college, but I was working as a peace officer, and one young man came up to me and he said, you ought to be a stunt woman. I was like, stunt woman, you crazy? Because I just thought about, fall off buildings. That's not something I had ever heard of. I didn't really know much about production per se, but when I heard you mention, being a hula hoop champion and all that, what I used to do is travel with Whammo and do a lot of talk shows. So I kind of like knew about entertainment, but I didn't really know about the production component of it. So I got bit by the bug. And what happened was I was working as a probation officer, and this young man said, you need to be a stunt woman. I said, he's crazy. I put something in my Bible. Lord, I want to put something in entertainment. I didn't know what, just because of just being in LA. And then one day my friend was dating a cameraman, and he invited everyone to Gladstone. Some of her friends, some of his friends, it was a stunt guy inside the group. And all these people, the guys were from production or whatever. So I was talking about that, but I still didn't take it seriously. Then I got a promotion in probation, and I was telling one of the guys thinking about being a stunt person. He said, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, you know," and I was just kidding, whatever. And he says, "For real, let me call my friend." So he called his friend. His name is Greg Elam, and he just happened to be one of the top Black stunt coordinators. He was training his son. So opportunity and timing, I started working out with them. I already had my SAG at the time card, but now it's called SAG-AFTRA. So I basically got bit by the bug, and my first job was on location in the heat of the night. There's a young lady named Sharon Schaefer. She was very popular in stunts at the time, and I guess she had another job maybe or something of the nature. And she asked me if I had my SAG card. Yes. And I got a call from the coordinator, and my first job, believe it or not, was in the heat of the night on Atlanta. You know, where do you actually work your first gig and make that kind of money on location? And I was doubling the young lady. Oh my God, I can't think of it. And I always go dumb on this one. Her name is, forget it. It'll come to me in a minute. But on heat of the night, and basically I was there. I arrived on a Sunday. They didn't call me to work until Thursday. So imagine that, and all that, you get to fly first class, limousine service. You have a lot of perks. And I was like, hey, maybe I can do this a little something. Maybe I could do this. Then I started training, started learning a little bit more about the business, and just started working with different people who specialized in certain areas at the time, outside of just working with Greg Elam at Dolphin Park in Carson. So that's how I got into business.
I want Portia to go ahead and ask your question, but I just think it's so special to
he's being nice
to
today.
speak.
Oh, he's being nice? Oh my God.
He's being nice.
No.
He's being nice.
No. I still. No. Well, I'm gonna. Oh, okay, whatever. Okay, so yeah, she just. But forgive her. We could, just stay with me. Okay, stay here. Okay.
Oh.
Now.
What was up?
Well, girl, he made
so
I want to talk to you about some of the roles that you played in Hollywood, some of the stunt doubles that you played. And then I also want to get into the dangerous part of it, because I just read that you broke your jaw in 2 places or on both sides. But I want to talk about Angela Bassett first. And then Lynn Whitfield, like, you played some really amazing and talented women in terms of stunt doubles. You played, you were the stunt double for Lynn Whitfield in A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And then you were a stunt double for Angela Bassett in Green Lantern. Tell us about some of your other stunts that you doubled in as well, and how that felt to you. Did I lose everybody?
You know what? Oh. I'm gonna date myself because I've been in business like 26 plus years. So things that you would recognize is don't be a menace while drinking the juice. If a young lady takes a hit, throw me your best punch and throw the punch. I did that. Poetic Justice scene, doubling. I was doubling Janet Jackson. The fight scene on the beach with Joe Torre.
Oh, my boo! You doubled on my boo?
I worked on Lethal Weapon, 2 of Lethal Weapons projects. I mean, I've done a lot of shows. I just don't remember every show that I've done. I just kind of like look for the next gig, you know what I'm saying? Like now my focus is stunt coordinating. So I'm focusing on that as we move along, because we have so many talented young Black girls in the business. When I came in, there's only a few of us, but now these young girls are doing the darn thing. It's almost like no excuse that you can't find.
That's because of you. That's because of you. That's because of you.
Yeah, that's because of you pioneering. And it seems so exciting. Let's take a look at this reel that you put together so that we can get a bird's eye view. Oh, hell no, girl.
It's in the pool. It's not that deep.
Okay,
it's not
I have anxiety for jumping off anything and jumping into some water.
No.
So.
No, you can miss me on that. I ain't doing it.
Okay. Does it have sound, producer TJ? Green Lantern. Oh, girl, bye.
You're so funny. Everything is executed with safety. You guys know that. Sometimes fluke thinks, I forgot about what's love got to do with it. But yeah, that's
what's love got to do with it? Oh my God.
Did you eat the cake?
That used to be my gymnastic ability. Only thing I can do now, I can still do.
Wow.
I love it. Oh, hell
no. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. Hell no.
No. Hell to the no. Girl. it seems so exciting. It just seems hazardous. Like I'm about to.
You know what? We exercise safety. We try not to. What I want to be clear is that we're not daredevils. Most people assume that some people are daredevils, but we're not. We train, we practice, and we want to make sure that we're around. So, but sometimes things do happen. In my case, things happen. So, you know, you just want to act with caution.
Yeah, virtuosity. Oh Lord. Okay,
That is just,
Denzel.
I mean, that is just fantastic. I mean, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. So how? Okay, so how did this? I mean, it's changed your life exponentially, like in so many different ways. You probably can't even tell the many different ways that it has changed your life, becoming a stunt woman and now a producer and coordinator. But how has it enhanced your life, expanded your life?
Well, you know, I actually created the stunt coordinating stunt women's workshop and award show for stunt women. That's where the producer come in. I wanted to introduce our women behind the scene, our stunt women, to kind of like start thinking outside the box as stunt coordinators. So I created a stunt coordinating conference, and then within the conference, we also have young women who are stunt performers. So I just thought it was important that I try something different because we didn't have any women really being recognized for this one award show that we have pertaining to stunts. And of course, everyone knows the Oscars, they don't recognize stunt people at all. But women put their They put their lives on the line, and I thought that stunt women need to be recognized. And since we only have a slew of Black women at the time, you know, I just made it universal for everyone. So I created all these different awards to honor women who were mentors. Helen Gibson Award, which is like the legendary first stunt woman. She's white, whatever. But I just kind of like created different awards, award show, mentorship, Jewel, Stunt Woman of the Year. I just created a different one so that women can be recognized. And with that, I do the stunt coordinating conference as well, just for women to start thinking. And some of the young ladies so far from the conference have already started coordinating shows. And, you know, I spent 10 years actually developing the Diamond in the Raw, which the award show benefits the nonprofit that I created. And the nonprofit actually introduces young girls to production. Most young girls want to be in front of the camera. They don't know about the many careers behind the scene. And that organization is called Diamond in the Raw. And young girls go out and film. They pick something out of a box and they have to create a storyline behind it, and then they pitch it. We select the best pitch, and then we actually crew them up with different mentors, and we actually go out and shoot. But the girls are in the whole gamut, you know, with the script component, you know, shadowing, and we actually shoot it, and then we premiere it at the award show. That was the whole thing for the last 10 years that we've done to premiere, so the girls have the opportunity to experience the whole ambiance of being in front of the camera, witnessing an award show, walking the red carpet, you know, feeling that whole vibe, because I want them to feel what it feels like to be, you know, on the red carpet, you know, and understand that there's so many other gamuts, you know, in Hollywood that they can do. So if they major in anything in college, we ask them to minor in communications, film production, or journalism, or something of that nature, so they can kind of like have a plan A or plan B. Because, you know, what we want to do in our community is we want to kind of like work on generational wealth. And there's so much money that could be made in Hollywood. And, you know, in Hollywood is really a legacy type thing. So I don't have any kids and you know, never married either, but I wanted to just, you know, introduce these kids to opportunities behind the scene, because if they don't see it, they don't know it, and they don't understand it. So if they feel it and they become hungry, and, you know, they might reach out instead of just going into the music industry, because that's all they know is music.
Listen, right. So this is definitely a fascinating line of work. And I'm sure if our kids were introduced to it at a young age, and if they have been exposed to it, more of us, yes, our kids, more of us will be in this line of work. What's the youngest age that you recommend for being a stunt double? Because we see some of these kids doing these action movies too, but what's like the youngest age?
Oh, no. Stunt, no. We have, those are stunt performers that are older. Kids aren't supposed to do stunts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
So
you can't have kids.
What's the recommended age? What's the recommended age for kids to get into the business?
I mean, 18, 21. Once you become adult, you know, you meet up with people. Like I said, everything is opportunity and time. A lot of times what happens is if there's something that is a specialty, then someone may be looking for you. Like a good example, I recently was coordinating family reunion, and we needed to find a Black skateboarder girl who could do a 360. So none of our stunt girls could actually do jump in the air on a skateboard and do a 360. So I reached out into Instagram and found a young lady, and she just happened to already have a SAG-AFTRA card because she was doing commercials. It was almost like thinking outside the box. Where can I go to make sure I have a person of color that's actually doing that job? So just kind of like thinking outside the box. And age, I just think 18, you have to be 18. We just don't want our kids to do stuff like that because anything can happen at any time.
Right. And so speaking of anything that can happen, we read that you broke your jaw. Let's talk about that. So we know that it's a safe industry. You guys take precaution. You practice safety measures.
Things can happen.
What happened when you broke your jaw?
Well, actually what happened, I was working on the Fuji's video, and we were in a place called Latigo Canyon. It was up high, and I was doubling Lauren Hill, and I basically was on a motorcycle. It was a very easy jump, and I did the jump successfully 2 times. And the 3rd time they added a wall of smoke. They never radioed down or said there was going to be smoke. There was no safety meeting or nothing else. So when I came up the hill, I couldn't see anything. So I didn't know where I was. But on each side, it was like a narrow road. There was a drop. So I didn't rev my bike up because I couldn't see. So instead of revving my bike up, my chin hit the speedometer, and I broke up both of my jaws at the joint, and then fracture. I said broke the jaw, and I splattered my mandible in 3 places, and my teeth were hanging everywhere. I mean, all my teeth were hanging everywhere. I couldn't even close my mouth. That's how bad it was. It was really devastating for me when I was on the ground because I didn't know, how I was acting. I guess I was in shock or whatever. But I kept saying, "No more pretty teeth," and I kept screaming. I was like, "Oh, no more pretty teeth!" Ah! And then I think every time I screamed, the blood was coming out of my mouth. They kept saying, "LaFay, you gotta calm down." And I was like, "I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm cool." As soon as I rubbed my tongue around my teeth, I started screaming again. So they said she must be okay. So it was very interesting, and it has this effect on me. But I had to reclaim my position. I just kept telling my mother, I worked so hard to become a stunt person, and I love the business, and I just got to do what I have to do to get back on track. And I just consider myself being on the injury reserve. I came back, and of course, after that, it's like I didn't want to do as many dangerous tricks as before because I always want to do a car hit, just to have that on my record. But after that, I was like, okay, I'll just do certain things they call you for it. And a lot of times when you get hurt, people don't even want to call you. But, the business is really kind of unique, and when there's things that happen or go wrong. So, that's pretty much it. So I started thinking outside the box after a couple more years and started creating my own stuff. And that's pretty much what I'm doing is focusing on coordinating. And I think that my first coordinating job was the television show Sister Sister. I had the opportunity to work on that show. It was one episode, but it was a blessing. At that time, I wasn't really trying to pursue coordinating, but I really wanted to still hit the ground and kind of like really prove myself, do a lot of more stunts. And then the opportunity presented itself. One of my best friends, we started together, trained under Greg Elam. He wanted an interview for Dorothy Dandridge, and Halle Berry specifically wanted women in key positions. So she was thinking ahead of the game. So she wanted women in key position. And at the time, he told them that I had a friend. She's really in the business, and she's interested in coordinating. So I went in for an interview, took my storyboards, and I actually was able to secure that particular job. It was a great experience actually working with Martha Coolidge and just being a team of professional women in entertainment in every crew position. It was a wonderful experience. And that's one of the highlights of my career is actually having my first job on something of that magnitude. It was an HBO special. And now, with our record, I always say I'm the first African American stunt coordinator in a big budget project. I learned how to utilize different phrases. I'm not the person to kind of like toot my own horn, and people's like, "You're ridiculous. You need to, talk about what you do." So I'm trying to do better, but that's, it's not necessarily not me, but I'm trying to do better.
You got to shine. You know what I'm saying? You got to shine. What I wanted to know, what is it in your opinion, from your professional expertise, the type of person that it takes to become one, both physically, psychologically, and emotionally? What kind of person makes a good stunt person especially in a stunt woman?
I think one thing, you need to be agile. You have to be athletically inclined, and you have to have excellent networking skills. That was one of my weaknesses. Networking skills, hanging out, perfecting your craft, just being a hustling. Because we don't have agents. You have to be a serious hustler, and you have to know the hustling techniques. What works for one stunt coordinator may not work for another. But pretty much that, and training. Set etiquette, and just being respectful, because you never know who anybody knows, when you're in a conversation,
Right.
you're on set, just really keep to yourself, because anything can happen. It's pretty much observe when you are actually working, pay attention to everything that's going on so you can learn while on the set, because sometimes you can't just learn everything right when you're rehearsing or practicing, because things change. The director may want something different, so you have to be adaptable or flexible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about networking right quick, because that is very key in any industry that you go into. And you said you have to be excellent at networking. So give us 3 practical things or skill sets that you need when it comes to networking that will put you over the top.
That's a good question, because I'm not the networking queen. But, there's some people who are just good hustlers. Like I said, hanging out. If you're on the set, now it's a little different, because we can't be on the set. Before, we could go on the set and help the coordinator. Like, so if you're volunteering, you're hustling the coordinator, you want to drop up your picture and your resume or whatever, hang around, basically see if you can help them. Do you need any help? Can stay connected with the coordinator. If you want to, some people send the coordinator certain things, offer to do variety of things. That's pretty much what it is. It's all about how you get along with somebody, and if that coordinator likes you, and just hanging out. That was a good question. There's no set way how you have to network, because like I said, what may work for one person may not work for another. Me, I just kind of like send my pictures and resume out through different services, and then a lot of it's word of mouth, pretty much. So yeah.
Okay. Well, what I wanted to know is that I wanted to make sure we brought up was the fact that you're getting creative in putting on these programs and conferences for young people to get into the business. And so you're working with Mary J. Blige, legendary Mary J. Blige, the incomparable Mary J. Blige. So I wanted you to talk about what you guys have coalesced your efforts into putting something on for young girls to teach them how to become stunt women and, self-confidence. So talk about that a little bit, please.
So Mary J. Blige had established a partnership with Gold Bond. So Gold Bond had offered us to do some type of special program, because they were celebrating Black History Month, and they were honoring stunt women. I think it was Mary J. Blige did some stunt work on her show. And then we had another young lady from Canada. So we were actually trying to come up with an idea. So I just decided that I would create a stunt workshop for teen girls, and it followed in alignment with what I was doing already, trying to change the imbalance of gender. So what we're doing is we're having open auditions via video, asking young girls to submit a video, why they want to be a stunt woman, their name, where they live, and something that represents them being strong. And those 10 girls that we select, actually Mary J. Blige is going to announce them on her social media page. And we are, like I said, we're looking for more girls right now to participate. So then we're also doing it virtually, but there's 10 girls that are actually going to physically participate in person. So we're going to have firework. We're going to have girls who can sit in the car while I'm witness a 180 slide. We're going to have squibs where they take a shot, and squib and the blood comes out. Horseback, I'm trying to have them different stunts so they can understand and feel what it feels like to be a stunt woman, or the day in the life of a stunt woman while working on the set. So I want them to feel it, because like I said before, if they don't see it, they don't feel it, they don't understand it. Sometimes people think something is much difficult than what it is, but if you hustle, you train, and you have the right mentors, then sometimes you can kind of like move forward, just like with any other career. Absolutely. So anyways, I forgot. Wow. For them to actually apply virtually, whatever,
Yes.
www.diamondintheraw.org. Come on, girls. I know you want to be a stunt woman or at least learn something about. Come out for some fun, a drilling. We're looking for extreme sports enthusiasts. If you're athletically inclined, you're a gymnast, a martial art person, skateboarder, whatever you got out there, come on out. Especially if you're in LA, we definitely need you here. But we're doing it virtual as well, so we'd like for you to log on and see what's going
So
on. We're gonna
everybody, everybody can get in.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, so give us that website again. What's that website again?
www.diamondintheraw.org. The girls are just like a diamond, ready to be polished
In
and
the
developed.
raw, RAW. Okay.
Yes. So
I love
we're gonna
it.
and like I said, we're gonna definitely have a lot going on. We're gonna have stunt women are gonna be teaching each session. So they're gonna have the opportunity to also meet the stunt women. We're excited about it. It should be a great opportunity for young girls to come and participate. Like I said, right now with COVID, it's really hard to get these kids out there because some of them want their time to be really occupied this summer because they've been in the house. I'm like, girl, you guys don't know this is a great opportunity.
Right. Right.
But I do understand simple Zoom, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm checking in with Facebook. Facebook has been blowing up about you. D Shield said we definitely need you leading a masterclass on this topic. So we'll talk to you a little later as well about doing our conference, Design and Dialogue. You can design your life as a stunt woman. That would be awesome. We have our conference at the end of this month. We'll have Terry coordinate that with you.
Okay.
But I'm going back to Facebook. They said they just checking for you. Mary J. Blige, the Fugees, Lauren Hill. They say we love that. Parents, this is perfect for your teen athletes. So Diamond in the Raw, is that specifically for females or can males also join as well?
No. I'm all about changing the imbalance for gender for women, so it's for women. I'm so
Okay. Just checking. I have
No,
boys.
don't apologize.
I know
don't apologize.
my youngest son, he would love something like this. He has wanted to do parquet. Is it called parquet?
Oh yeah.
We have two parquet. Yeah, he's been wanting to do that, but I wouldn't let him do it. We're in Detroit, so I couldn't find a place to let him explore. But now he's like 6'3", 6'4", something like that. And I'm like, dude, you like we don't have time to be in the emergency room.
But it's athletically inclined. They have all type of safety. They learn and practice. We have 2 parkour training facilities out here in Los Angeles. Yeah, so I mean, they're doing a lot of stuff, a lot of commercials and everything. They're doing the darn thing. In fact, I think FET Brown was going to be doing a movie, and it was about parkour, and it was supposed to be shot in Puerto Rico. So I mean, there's opportunities for that. I said, let your kids explore and let them learn, because then they'll regret that they didn't do what they wanted to.
I know. I should have let him do it when he was much younger. I just couldn't get into finding it. We're in the Midwest. Like, there are no places like you have out in California, like you may have out in New York, or maybe even somewhere in Florida, Miami, those type of places. But I just couldn't find the places here. And then after a while, I was like, let's do soccer.
All you have to do is for the summer, bring him out for a class for the summer. That's all you have to do, girl.
All right. You're right. Yeah, he plays. They're athletic. He plays basketball right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thank God our children are athletically inclined, because talent tends to skip a generation. But we wanted to talk about.
You see what I mean? We're supposed to be elevating and vibrating high.
Okay, she took a shot at me earlier, so I had to get her back. But we wanted to talk. Wanted to give you an opportunity, because you were an expert hula hooper. How do you call it? Hula hooper. And Portia wanted some lessons on hula hooping. Do you still do hula hoop?
I can still hold a couple tricks, but that was like 12 when I did all that. Yeah, when I was a hula hoop champion and representing California and working with Whammo. So that was an interesting thing. I saw some people with a hula hoop, and I was like, what they doing with them things? So I went across the street, and I just picked up real quick. And that first year, the lady kind of like devoted her whole time. That first year I went to me, and we worked out. I had my little silver shoes. I actually was on the David Frost show. I don't know if they tell you, but I was in the Guinness Book of Records. I 1258 hula hoops at one time. So that's one of my claims to fame. So I learned that that's a conversation people people. I used to talk about that either, but it's like, you were hula. I said, yeah, I was in the Guinness Book of what? Wow. Yeah, but that's when I was very young. But yeah, now I kind of like may talk about it, but I see in these interviews, everybody's fascinated. So I was like, yeah, I was in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, I love it. I might have to take a class this summer on hula hooping. I was never able to just get the knack of it. I just couldn't do it. And then I didn't want to do it that badly because I was just like, okay, I'm fine. Next. But
it's not even practice. It's techniques to it. I mean, we had tricks. I'm not talking about just hula hoops. There's a trick where you can do a hula hoop on your butt. The butt trick. We got all kind of tricks. I mean, my coach. I have another friend. She's thinking about actually doing something, with the hula hoop. She's another national hula hoop champion as well. So she is trying to put something together and make things happen. For the most part.
I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
And we're more so. We're not talking about just hula hooping, like doing the exercise and the little sexy. We're hula hoop champions. That's what our focus would be on, teaching kids how to hula hoop, learn the tricks, all that kind of stuff. Learn how to get on your waist. That's just a motion. You got to go with the hoop. When you go around, you got to go with the hoop. You go around, go back with it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm gonna go buy me one. I'm gonna find a class because mine would be more for recreational purposes. But it does sound fun.
It's fun. Good for exercising. I mean, for real. But yeah.
Okay, so tell me, as we begin to close this segment down, I wanted to talk about what do you have in store? Like, what do you see if we were to talk to you? And I hope that we do talk to you in like 3 to 5 years. What is it that you envision branching out to, or what is the next plateau? Because it looks like you've always had a knack, as you said, you were in the Guinness Book of World Records as a child, as a teen. And that kind of prepared you and set the platform for you to be a pioneering woman as an adult. So then I want to ask, now that you have pretty much made history again as an adult, what is next for you? What do you see moving forward with your stunning?
I hustled all my life and stunts, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So my focus really is stunt coordinating and just kind of like staying there and second unit directing the action director. Then after that, my other goals is just to work on products that I'm going to be implementing or bringing out to fruition out on the line to the world. Pretty much that's it. And of course, still work with young girls, because I didn't have anybody to actually introduce me to the business. I feel that it's my responsibility to educate kids from underserved and underrepresented communities, Black, of course, to these careers behind the scene, because they can make so much money, as I said, in generational wealth. And, just a legacy component. If we can have our families getting into the business and passing along, that would really help change the imbalance of gender. And as long as we can stick together, it'd be really a great, and keep the opportunities rolling. So that my next thing is just pretty much staying true to the core of what my belief is and what my passion is in entertainment, because I love stunts. Anything that's dealing with stunts, I love, the whole ambiance on it. And producing the award show, I'm still working on that. We didn't do the award show last year. We had secured Halle Berry to honor her. We tried for years, and we finally received her, accept our invitation. The show was supposed to be March 22nd, and we had to kind of like cancel because of COVID. So now we're looking forward to around September doing a virtual award show. Miss LaFay hates virtual, but it looks like that's my only recourse at the moment. So I'm trying to figure out how to move forward with a virtual award show to honor all the honorees, because we actually had all the winners, the honorees, and everything was ready to go for March, but I just couldn't take a chance, and because the award show was going to be at the University of Sheraton, and internationally we didn't know what was really going on with the COVID and the pandemic, so we kind of put a hush. We want to be sued if anything goes wrong. I'm thinking in advance. So I'm like, oh no, we're gonna have to have an emergency meeting, and we're gonna have to shut this down. So, anyways, that's where I am right now. The award show is called the Action Icon Awards. You can look that up on the internet as well. www.actioniconawards.com. My Facebook, I don't even think it's up. I'm revamping my website, but it's www.lafaybaker.com. But if you want to find any information about me, I've noticed that they got a lot of stuff on the internet about LaFay Baker, so you can kind of like look me up there. And yeah, no. And then, like I said, of course, www.diamondtheraw.org. That's what my main push is right now, because Mary J. Blige is supposed to announce on her social media page, in the next couple of weeks. And right now,
Wow.
I have 7 beautiful videos that have been submitted. So I'm looking for more girls, because Gobon is really serious about that. So I got to deliver, so come on out. Tell people, if you have friends that live in California, Los Angeles, y'all in Detroit, y'all can watch virtually, sign up on the internet. Your friends live out here. It's going to be a great experience. Whenever I put a program together, I kind of like go big, and it should be fabulous.
Love it.
Yeah, I had one more question. I wanted to know, you were one of the only ones back in the day. How many black stunt women has it increased exponentially? What is the status of black female stunt women in Hollywood?
It's increased tremendously. But when I got in business, there was 3, maybe 2 stunt girls. One had broke her back. The other one had got sponsorships for surfing. So there was 2 other ones, myself, a young lady named Kim Washington, and another young lady named Sonia Davis. Unfortunately, Sonia got hurt on the show, and she lost her life on Vampire from Brooklyn. We actually started together.
Oh, I remember that.
So we didn't have that many women when I first got into this. That's why I always say timing and opportunity. Now, it used to be a hush-hush about stunts, because the community, they want everybody to think that the actors are doing their own stunts. But now people know that a lot of times there's a stunt double, and it's being more to the forefront. Again, and I think that we need to recognize at this point, because as you know, action and sex are the key components in any film for the most part, outside of just the storyline. So right now we have a lot of black stunt women that are doing the darn thing. And also keep in mind, we have more black actors that are doing action as well. So a lot of black action women sheroes. So now there's opportunities, especially at this point with the whole thing with black women trying to change their balance. Everything is making a transition, and we're really happy about these opportunities that we're actually being able to be considered for. And just happy. Even for our producers that are out there, just know that there are black stunt women coordinators out there. Call me, call some of my other colleagues, and let us show you what we can do. The same thing as a man can do on the set. Bring in the right talent, break down the script, break down the budget, execute safety on the set, and make sure the director has what he's looking for.
I love it. Robert Shropshire said he just passed on this information to his 22-year-old daughter, Anthony Michelle. So look for her information. Anthony Michelle. Is it Anthony? Cherry, how you pronounce it? Anthony Michelle.
Yeah, Anthony. Yeah, Anthony. I believe.
So the program is for 14 to 17 years, but I make some type of provisions for people who may want to come and volunteer their help. So yeah, it's for young girls, actually, teen girls.
Okay.
But
perfect.
Volunteers, and strictly I can talk with them about it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Well, it was definitely a pleasure speaking with you today. We learned a lot.
It was fascinating. Yes.
Very fascinating. You have
thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it. You guys got me up early in the morning.
I know. Thank you for getting up on the West Coast. Yes.
Wait a minute. I thought there was going to be a call. I was like, is this not a call? Oh, I said, Lord, I got to get up early. I got to put some makeup. Oh, Lord, Jesus. So anyways.
You did well. Thank you so much.
But thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You guys have a great...
Yes, thank you for blessing us and coming on. And give your website or Instagram or way they could reach you one more time before you go.
www.diamondintheraw.org, info@diamondraw.com, and for me, LaFayBaker@gmail.com.
All right.
Okay.
We love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Now. You guys take care. Have a beautiful...
Yes, sir. I'm about to follow you right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Yeah, that is fascinating. I was just
we should do like a career day on stuff that we just don't know about, like behind the scenes, because we know that people have stunt doubles, but it never crossed my mind to, even think about a career or maybe someone else's career and doing stunt double work.
No, you're right. I've been doing this
about P Valley. So when the girls from P Valley came on, Mercedes last name, actually her name is Brandy Evans, but I asked her, like, do you have a stunt double? In that case, a dancing double, right? And she was like, no, I did all my stunts except for like a small percentage.
Right. And that was the first time. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 some odd years. And that was the first time I got an opportunity to interview a female stunt woman and stunt coordinator. And so thank you, LaFaye Baker, for blessing us because, it was educational. And now we know where people can go. Young people can know where they can go to learn about it, to maybe get into it, to see if they like it. Because you know what I'm saying? But like I said, sisters are making it happen. When they say black girls rock. Sisters are making it happen right now. And, it's good to, to talk to pioneers and people who move the needle. You know what I'm saying? People who are bossing up. That's what I'm saying. LaFaye Baker is a boss.
She is that. Definitely that. Why is my watch doing this, y'all? I don't know how to turn this light on. She's definitely a boss, y'all. I'm excited for her organization, her foundation, her collaboration with Mary J. Blige, introducing this career to a lot of young women out there. Just practice safety precautions, y'all, because I don't know if I would have been able to get back up after that loss. Listen, I'm good. Like, I just would have been super good. Like, hold on. Wait a minute. I would have been super good. Promise y'all I wouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have followed in that damn career.
Yeah. Or seeing LaFaye Baker hanging, hundreds of feet in the air from a scaffold. I'm not that
Jumping
kid.
in water.
I ain't the one.
Listen, I have a video on my Instagram. Last time I was in Jamaica, which I am not proud of, by the way. It was 2017. But anyway, I was trying to jump off of the little boat that we were on to go snorkeling. And it took me forever to jump off of that boat with the life jacket on. I didn't slip. I did not slip. I didn't slip. But my anxiety was at an all-time high. Even with the guy being there, the tour guide or whatnot, he was like, just jump in, I got you. I'm like, So anyway, just seeing her do those stunts, those type of stunts, gave me so much anxiety just watching them. Like, you being thrown from a train for real. Like, literally. And
or like LaFaye Baker, falling or being thrown through a window into the water. I don't care how much water is down there below. I don't care. I ain't the kid. I ain't the one. So LaFaye Baker, shout out to you.
Yes, much respect to her. Did y'all see her on fire? Did you see her on fire? I don't know if you saw it in real, but she was walking while she was literally on fire. Her face was exposed. I'm like, what they put on her face to make sure she didn't get singed?
You should have asked her that, because I ain't that dude. No. I'm a fan of yours, LaFaye Baker, but I don't want to follow your footsteps. Nah. No.
Yeah, definitely much respect to her, because it's a super cool career. It's just very hazardous, and you can potentially lose your life. Like she was saying, her one friend lost her life as well. And then Jean was in the comments saying that her friend lost her life on Deadpool. Was that the name of it? I'm looking for it. But nonetheless, so super cool.
The thing about it, here's the thing about it. I don't want to overemphasize accidents and deaths, because there are risks in pretty much every profession. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a pilot, a firefighter, a police officer, a doctor, a lawyer. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's risk all over the earth. So the fact that there's a tiny percentage of people who get injured or lose their lives is no reason for people and young people not to pursue their dreams. If this is what you want to do, go for it. You know what I'm saying? So there's risk everywhere. And I just think that it's great to talk to a pioneer and somebody who has excelled in a profession or a job or occupation that we know very little about, and we didn't know that there was any
could possibly imagine.
This is her again, y'all. Jumping into the pool. Hell no. Hell to the no. Well, we know that was fake, but when she was Angela Bassett in this movie, Green Lantern, never. Lord Jesus, y'all. Much respect. So that was her getting dragged to the house. Her getting smacked. All right, Martin too. That was a cool one. Is this the Fuji's video that she was talking about? Okay, watch not never. Y'all, I have anxiety about doing zip line, and I would never. Don't be a menace to society while drinking your
One of my areas of strength, pretty much fight scenes,
in the heat
firework,
of the night. This is where she was on fire.
I love car work.
Next, stuntwoman LaFaye Baker moves in to take the fall from the moving train.
Being literally thrown from the train.
She does.
Never. Y'all lost your damn mind. But she did great. She, LaFaye Baker. Beautiful, y'all. She's beautiful. Oh, so that was the Virtuosity film. Look at her. Face all exposed. We do see a gel on her face, but that's just a hard no for me. Like, I'm not about to walk around being on fire. I'm sure she's highly paid, but what the heck? Oh, Lord. Lord. How many times did she have to practice that scene? And then she got up smiling. Girl, no. Anyway, that was LaFaye Baker, Hollywood stunt woman for years. She was on the show today, and she brought us some amazing stories. Told us some amazing things. She has her foundation, Diamond in the Raw Foundation. Go to her organization, her website page, all of that great stuff to find out more information about her. But it is 9:59 on the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. I believe we lost the first King James, so I'll close out the show, and I'm doing my positive thoughts again. I am still in my dream card, y'all. They gave me 30 of these, so pop open dream cards. We're going to see what we're dreaming about today. Just pop it open. It says, if you have great ambition, take as big a step as possible in the direction to fulfilling it, one step at a time, y'all. One more time. This is from Mildred McAfee. Mildred McAfee. She says, if you have a great ambition, take as big as a step as possible in the direction of fulfilling it. There y'all go. Thank y'all for hanging out with us on the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. It's now 10 o'clock. Y'all go enjoy the rest of your day. I know I am. I will be in a different location tomorrow. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm gonna give me a little tan. I'm working though. I do want to put that out there that I'm working. I'm just working from a different location. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Sherul will be back, my work husband. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for hanging out. Jean, we doing lunch. Jean, let's do lunch. The good strap. Yes, step into your purpose, be fearless, and succeed. Girl, bye and bye. Jean talking about she want to do skydiving, y'all. No, I have anxiety doing zip lining. I can't even do zip lining. I'm good. D, I'm cutting to the scene. She said, I'm cutting the scene to fight after that slap. Listen, D Shields, I could have done it when I was younger. Yes, Jean, but it's the no right now. Good morning, y'all. Enjoy your day. Do something today that's going to move you closer to your dreams. Take that step. Take a big step. Take a little step. Do whatever you need to do. Just move towards your dreams, y'all. Don't be scared to dream. Keep going. Keep moving. Have the courage to actually participate in your life. That's what y'all should do. Hashtag participate in your own life. Stop letting everybody else dictate. We learning and playing today, y'all. Peace.